Okay, welcome back. We are going to crank for 35 minutes and then go enjoy the weekend. So we're a little informal here. I'm trying to see who we still have online. Do we still have anybody with us?
Yes.
Online? Okay. So I'll be quick because I was given 5 minutes from Vice Chair Earl. We're going to talk about the mission and vision. We don't intend to take action today, but this is a really important part. This is kind of a cascade, you know, it flows from your mission and vision down to the other parts of the strategic plan, your goals and objectives, and then accountability measures. So start with just a goofy game. I'm just going to see, and this is semi-serious because opportunity to see how well these entities' mission and visions align with what they're all about. I guess I will lead in with that, and this is in the backup from last month. It's again here. This was put together by the board when they did the prior initial strategic plan. But you'll see on page 9 of that backup deck that we passed out, definition of what's what. So the vision, the definition is what we aspire to. Why it matters is we motivate and inspire change from here to there. The mission is what we do and how we do it. Why it matters is it's our reason for being and how we serve. And then you got goals and strategies and metrics. So little pop quiz here. I'm just going to see if anybody can figure out whose mission and vision these are. And then we'll just sort of use that to, and I apologize, the text is not great here. Mission and vision statement is build the best product, cause no unnecessary harm, use business to inspire, and implement solutions to the environmental crisis. Any guess which company? Most of these are companies.
Ben & Jerry's.
Whoa, Ben & Jerry's could have been it, but Sarah beat you and she got it right. That is Patagonia. You're a loyal customer, I assume? I got a lot of Patagonia in my closet. All right, so think about that. Aligns pretty well. Next one, mission statement, create groundbreaking sports innovations, make our products sustainably, build a creative and diverse global team, make a positive impact in communities where we live and work. That's the mission statement. Who's that? Christina? There you go. Vision, bring inspiration and innovation to every athlete in the world. So you can see a little bit here how those are slightly different, you know, or you got the mission of what we do and how we do it. The vision is what we aspire to. And that is, in fact, Nike. Okay, next. Next one is to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. What was that? Google.
They haven't seen my drive.
Nailed it. Okay.
She gets to leave early.
Does that, you guys are like,
Wow,
name that.
they haven't seen my drive. No, they have not.
Exactly.
Sorry, that's funny.
All right, next one. Mission to create the most compelling car company of the 21st century by driving the world's transition to electric vehicles. The vision statement to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. And you are right again. Tesla, 3-1 to
really?
0, I think,
That's their
right?
mission?
That is Tesla, yeah. So interesting again, and just look at the vision versus the mission. All right, bless you. Okay.
I think it's the
Oh.
chair.
Okay, here's a brilliant clue that happens to just give away the whole thing. The
Well,
mission.
come on. Who made this slideshow? Disney.
All right, one for Joe. Joe's on the board. To entertain, inform, and inspire people around the globe through the power of unparalleled storytelling, reflecting the iconic brands, creative minds, and innovative technologies that make ours the world's premium entertainment company. So just think about how well that captures
They're
Disney
also
or not. Next.
'Cause they're-
To be a company that inspires, this one's a little trickier. To be a company that inspires and fulfills your curiosity. That's pretty broad. This is their vision. Yes, this is what they aspire to. I'm sorry, I didn't find mission and vision for all of them, but
Your curiosity.
inspires and fulfills your curiosity. Yeah.
Like, go away. That's the whole point.
So if it's confusing, they may have missed the mark, right? And this could be anybody. Any guesses?
Is it Sony?
What?
She Googled it.
Oh,
She used the company that
Busted.
organizes information.
you used Google to find Sony. Yep, that's it.
They organize the information for us.
That's Sony. All right, next one. I got 1 minute left. To refresh the world, to inspire moments of optimism and happiness, to create value and make a difference.
Oh, refresh.
Pretty,
What is it, Coke?
it is Coke. One for Molly. Coca-Cola.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Inspire. That's true. You're a Georgia girl. All right, next. There's only one, or maybe is that the end of it?
They love
We got one or two more. To inspire and nurture the human spirit. Pretty broad. Then we get down to a little bit of detail. One person, one cup. Starbucks. Yep, that is Starbucks.
They consider themselves nurturing.
Two more. To empower every person and every organization on the planet and to achieve more.
That just sounds.
On the planet to achieve more. Pretty. To empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more.
Franklin Covey.
Nope.
Microsoft.
You're Googling over there. That is Microsoft.
I had an excellent keyboarding teacher as a seventh.
Yeah, no.
You're crank. All right, last one. I like this one. And I screwed it up again. Harley Davidson. All right, more than
Freedom
build.
for the soul.
You like that though? More than building machines, we stand for the timeless pursuit of adventure, freedom for the soul. That actually does feel like Harley Davidson, doesn't it?
Is that a vision?
I think that's their vision. I'm sorry I didn't
Freedom
do a
for the
perfect
soul,
job.
I think would be a vision.
I did this morning. So, but that captures it. I thought that one pretty much felt like Harley Davidson. All right, so I want to be quick because we are getting out of here at 3:30, but let me just hit a couple things. We have the definitions in the backup of what a vision is and what a mission is. We have some more specific directions. So currently our vision is this, and I should have put this up. Do we?
They can look it
I'm
up on
sorry,
there.
Sybil. Yeah, it's in your backup. This is on page 10. So our vision is, upon completion, all Utah students are prepared to succeed and lead by having the knowledge and skills to learn, engage civically, and lead meaningful lives. So that's been the vision that's been guiding us. The mission is the Utah State Board of Education leads by creating equitable conditions for student success, advocating for necessary resources, developing policy, and providing effective oversight and support. So, very solid aspirational mission and vision. Our opportunity is to consider whether we want to keep it as is, whether there's anything that we want to see about revising. And in that task, we do have one concrete piece of direction from the legislature that we've all been talking about a little bit, which is that there was a finding that the public education system's mission and vision determined by USBE are not fully integrated with what's codified in statute. That's 53E 2301. A mission and vision currently exist in statute, and alignment is needed between USBE's strategic direction and that provided in statute. Recommendations of the audit, this is from OLAG, April 2021. Recommendations were USBE follow mission and vision provided in Utah Code, and if needed, request the legislature consider adjusting the statutory mission and vision. And that the legislature consider the policy question of whether it's desirable to provide a mission and vision for the public education system in statute. So you can see from the first recommendation there, they did sort of do a push and pull. They didn't say, well, you have to just completely adopt our language. They said, if needed, request the legislature consider adjusting the statutory mission and vision. So we do have some direction there, but an opportunity to address what they described as a misalignment by coming back and saying, well, here's who we think we are and what we want to do. And here's how this fits in with what you're saying, and have the opportunity to propose that they change maybe their mission and vision. So it's a conversation, I think, is what they invited. So let's see. And I'm trying to pull up if we have it anywhere.
Deputy Stallings, can you put that document up?
This is the PowerPoint slide deck from last month. It's in, yeah, it's in backup now. Yeah. Sorry, so you'll also see in the OLAG audit, and I would encourage you to read through this. I think we want to do something more proactive in the next 30 minutes we have just to set the foundation here. But you'll see in the OLAG audit from April of 2021, page 17, that they do a side-by-side between the Utah Code and USBE's mission and vision. And you'll see that the Utah Code indicates that a mission is to assure Utah the best educated citizenry in the world, and each individual the training to succeed in a global society by providing students with A, learning and occupational skills, B, character development, C, literacy and numeracy, D, high-quality instruction, E, curriculum based on high standards and relevance, and F, effective assessment to inform high-quality instruction and accountability. And the Utah Code's vision, as they describe it, is to envision an educated citizenry that encompasses the following foundational principles: citizen participation in civic and political affairs, economic prosperity for the state by graduating students who are college and career ready, C, strong moral and social values, and D, loyalty and commitment to constitutional government. So the first thing that jumps out is theirs is more complicated. It's written as a code. There are principles in there. I think question is, to what extent do we feel that we should align with the principles elaborated in code and take it up there? But all of this needs to be part of the discussion, I think, over the next month. We did want to start the process today by reviewing that. This is where we are. This is what we decided our mission and vision were. This has been the input from the legislature. How do we respond to that? And how do we, I think most importantly, think about where we've come, where we are, and whether we see any revisions that we want to make to our own mission and vision in response to that input from the legislature. So with that, I will give it the gavel to Vice Chair Earl to talk about some internal discussion, and then we just felt like we could take the next month to stew it over and come back with some proposed action items in June.
Okay, so there, just a. Yeah.
And in the audit, page 17 lays out the what I just described as the kind of side-by-side of code and our current mission and vision.
Well, if you go to the April, it'll have the mission and vision. So go to the one that says April 2021. It's like the first link. No, it should be on your, it just says strategic plan, April 2021. You can get that there. Okay, so just a couple of things we're going to do, and then we're going to get out before 3:30. Okay, so just some things to keep in mind. We're going to actually separate into about 3 groups. Those of you that are online board members will have a breakout room you can go into. We're going to do 15 minutes. I don't know if timing's accurate. Yeah, we'll do 15 minutes. You can just, I just as a group, start carrying on some more concrete dialogue, things to change, directions you want to go, maybe even begin some wording. And then we need to decide some things ownership-wise on how we want to move forward, and we'll take suggestions for that. Do individuals just want to submit their recommendations, and then we compile them, and we just vote and make amendments, that kind of a thing? Or do we want to do something where we have a number of people, or maybe even we have 5 individuals that look at all the different information and then make some recommendations, and then we work from that? Another possibility is that you get 3 or more board members to come up with, to work together towards some recommendation, and then those individuals submit recommendations, and once again, we kind of work off of those. Or if you have another suggestion. So that's, like I said, we have information in front of us. We have information from the legislature. I personally have gathered quite a bit of feedback from my constituents over the last month, including my district. So I have considerable amount of feedback that I'm looking at myself. So I'm just saying, we're going to break for about 15 minutes. We're going to give a little bit of feedback. If you want to share any of that feedback, it would be good to have one or two people, whoever wants to keep your record in your group that you're in, just keep a record of what you're doing, and then we're going to share just 1 or 2 things out, and then make some recommendations on how to move forward. And we'll try to do that real quick in the last little bit so we can get you guys out of here on time. So we're going to do this half of the room and that half of the room. Or we could do boys and girls. Or we could, if your birthday is January through, no, I'm just kidding. We'll just do this half, that half, if that's okay, that kind of a thing. Those online, you can go to your breakout room. Hopefully you can get in one. And then just same time. And we'll just go ahead and take, if anybody has some thoughts on if first of all, I'll share just a couple thoughts we had. We probably need to have it, a meeting that's probably separate from the actual board meeting so that we are fresh, we can engage, and probably be a couple of hours type of a thing, so we can have some thorough dialogue and some analysis or breaking down. Do we want to, any other thoughts on what you'd like to see that happen, how that happens? You already, so, okay, we'll add that to our meeting. We'll be done in 30 minutes, so. No thoughts? You want us to just decide? We can do that, okay? Okay.
Well, I already shared my thoughts.
Yeah, you did. So, okay. And we'll list, if you want to report out, I don't know if you've already narrowed it down to what your group is recommending or some thoughts that you had. If someone wants to just report a couple things from your group, and then we will end for today. So who's your spokesperson? Sarah. Sarah.
And the amount of times that has happened, how many times have you had that happen, Sarah? Yeah, all the time. So we wrote a mission, this was the mission, right? Mission, and it is, the Utah State Board of Education is dedicated to promoting a high-quality education for all students in Utah. We work to provide leadership, guidance, and support for all public education entities, and we advocate for resources and create policies that promote student achievement, equity, and innovation.
All right. Molly, do you want to share out ours? And then
That was all unaided.
So we
Cindy,
were,
oh, in just a second. Go ahead, Molly. and
so
then
we
we'll-
were doing more of a brain dump kind of, we didn't actually we didn't formulate sentences. We talked about more the ideas and then the interplay between a vision and a mission. We talked about a laser focus on educate. I put education, but I think it was academics. There was some feedback that from some LEAs or constituent groups or constituents that said they liked what we had, which I thought was very interesting. Words like transparency, accountability, empowering, managing resources efficiently, managing resources and policy efficiently by gathering meaningful metrics related to a student's optimal success. That was a quote from somebody. Trust, accountability through transparency, ignite curiosity. Personal responsibility is a really important idea. Inspirational and aspirational from the student perspective. Elevating the standards. And we also really think that it's probably, we would like the group to consider that small group work is probably more fruitful than large meetings in order to get this kind of work done. That was just a thought. I thought that was an appropriate word. And I hope that I reflected that somewhat accurately. If anybody would like to alter, change.
No, I think those were good ideas. And who's, I don't know, is Sybil collecting that information? Should we submit that to Sarah? Okay, if you want to, any of your feedback, if you want to go to Sarah, and then we've got one collector. Cindy, I don't know if you are, Board Member Davis, is there someone that wants to be your spokeswoman? Are you the spokeswoman?
I guess I was assigned.
Okay,
So
well, we
I'll
can
do it.
have someone else, but you look good on
No, I'm
screen.
I'm happy to do it. So Board Member Booth said that he thought our mission and vision were good, but they're too complicated. They need to be more clear and they need to be easy to remember. And currently he thinks they're a little bit too obtuse. I'll be honest, I was thinking there's no way we can even put drafts together of mission statements in 15 minutes. That first group that sent their mission statement out, wow, I am impressed. I had to eat my words. I feel like it's a little too milquetoast. we came up with one, not mission statement, but vision statement, which we just thought, what do we really want for our kids? And then the bottom line we decided is Utah graduates are prepared to lead in their lives, families, and communities. And that's what we want for our graduates for Utah. And then I love alliteration and assonance and all those things. So I didn't say this to my group on the break when we were being transitioned. I just wrote, Utah education empowers students to excel. I just love all those E's. But of course, we're in the early brainstorming stages. So these are just a
Start
few
with E.
ideas.
Okay.
Brent mentioned that
Oh,
when he has done this with city council and other things, they actually hired a consultant. I mean, we have some great consultants as board members and staff members, but he threw that in too.
Okay, thank you. We will, so if you want to send those to Sarah, your feedback, Board Member Davis, if you don't mind. Sarah Young, not Sarah Rell, so. And if you have additional feedback you want to send in, that's, Sarah, are you our contact person? So Sarah Young is our contact person, okay? And I have a little bit more to send in because I had, like I said, I had quite a bit of constituent feedback and also my local boards, I visited with all of them for a considerable amount of time over the last month. So, but we will then, leadership will kind of set up some kind of a meeting for us to work together. So that we can, it'll probably be sometime in June, so we can kind of get this finished up and move forward on the next thing. So anyways, I think that's all we've got today. And by the way, I always get 8675-309. So yeah, we're all there. Okay.
Thank you
Have
all.
a great weekend.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, those are some good juices stewing. So that's what we hoped for. And we'll come back and try to bring this into action items. So think about what came out that you want to, make a motion on. Thanks, everybody.